Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we're playing some Izzet Prowess Monument to Endurance. But first, please hit that subscribe button. We have daily videos for everybody. So if you want to see new content every single day, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you could, hit that like button. And then also comment below. Really does help out the channel. Just started in September, so fairly new, trying to grow the community. Um, awesome content, awesome people that are commenting on all the videos, so I do appreciate it. And let's get into the deck here. This is an Izzet Prowess Endurance deck. This is actually one of the uh, decks that are played quite a bit at the tournament this weekend for the World Championship. I always love playing around this key card here, Monument to Endurance. It's a 3 casting cost artifact. Whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen on or this turn, draw a card, create a treasure token. Each opponent loses 3 life. The whole idea is you're going to be drawing and discarding like crazy with this deck. And that's going to allow you to eventually just kill them out with this by doing the loss of life. So this is all based around the lessons for the most part with the decks. We'll actually go through each card here. Boomerang Basics, it's a sorcery lesson. It's basically just allows you to bounce opponent stuff, your own stuff back to your hand, including you can bounce a endurance back to your hand and replay it, and then it basically resets the 3 modes as well, which is kind of a good thing to remember. Gran-Gran, this is going to make a lot of things cheaper. When this becomes tapped, draw a card, discard a card. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast as long as there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. For 1 casting cost, this is an insane value on this card. 4 of them in this deck. You want to try to get this down as soon as possible and get 3 lessons in your graveyard. Makes your stuff cheap. Fire magic just cleans up a lot of small things that are on the field. Firebending lessons, same thing. You're going to be using this for the 2 damage mode most of the time. You want to get this into your yard basically as fast as possible. So if there's a creature that you can eat up with this, do it. Otherwise, you're often going to be just pitching this anyways, just to get rid of it out of your hand as a discard. Accumulate Wisdom. This is going to be your big draw spell. 2 casting cost, instant lesson. Look up top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of those cards into your hand, and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. Put each of those cards in your hand instead if there are 3 or more lesson cards in your graveyard. That's the whole reason why you're trying to get these lessons into your graveyard as fast as possible. It'll Quench Ya. Another lesson, counter target spell unless this controller plays 2. Just kind of a handy one to have. Really does help as a counter spell, but you can use it as discard fodder later on. Artist Talent, this basically subs out for a Gran-Gran if you cannot get her to stick because she is a creature and she's very fragile. But it's second mode there. Non-creature spells cost you 1 less to cast, which basically means all these spells here all cost 1 less to cast. So that's a great option with this. But it also has that other ability, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Great ability because you can cycle through, triggering a lot of endurances. Combustion Technique, this is going to be your main source of removal here. 2+ the lesson number of cards, or the lesson cards in your graveyard, which is going to end up being quite a bit. I know there's quite a few games here I was doing over 10 damage. I could do over 10 damage with this card. Really a good card. This is another one. Deals 4 damage to any target creature. 1 damage to each creature your opponents control if you choose that one. Really able, if they have a go-wide strategy with a lot of 1 damage cards, there's one that you can oftentimes hit multiple creatures. I did that in a game, 1 or 2 games where I was able to 2 for 1, at least 2 for 1 with this card. So very strong. Kind of same thing going on with the Pyroclasm. You can do 2 damage. You think of like the Badger Cub decks, this just eliminates them just right off the bat. So it's kind of a handy card to have. Abandoned Attachments. This is another draw spell, and it also allows you to discard a card. Again, allows you to trigger the endurance. That is the main thing. We do have a one-of the Legend of Kurik. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Scry 2, then draw 2 is the first and second stages, and then the third stage is exile this saga, return it to the battlefield, transformed under your control, and at that point, you're going to be creating a ton of 1/1s with all the different spells that you're going to be casting. We do have a 2 of the Crackling Wit here. Pretty good spell because whenever you cast a creature spell, you get to put a counter on this, plus it, and you get a prowess creature. So if you need to have a creature to start attacking in with, that'll allow you to do that. Otherwise, use that -3 ability, draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards. Huge for the Monument of Endurance. You get to trigger 2 modes just by using that -3 or the -3 on this. Huge if you can get 2 or 3 of these in play when you do that. So that is massive, massive advantage at that point when you can do that. Otherwise, we have this handy land here that allows you to draw a card and discard a card. Triggers all the endurances as well. Island, mountain, your verges, canal, and then thundering falls. It's kind of handy to have that surveil one on here, so you can actually kind of search through your deck a little bit for that. But all in all, this is a very powerful deck. There's a reason why you're seeing this at the World Championship. And man, Monument to Endurance, this is the shell that it wants to be in. Let's get into the gameplay. All right, Izzet Prowess here. Let's keep it. Got 3 land. We got the Gran-Gran. Crackling Wit's a good one to have later on. Monument. We got a little bit of removal here as well. Get Gran-Gran down right away. She not long for the world, probably. Duress. What is he going to go after? I'm kind of curious. Probably Monument. Combustion Technique? Interesting. Yeah, we'll pitch that. So, are we playing a discard deck is the question. Just because they have a duress doesn't mean we're playing a discard deck. We'll see what their turn 2 play is. We are playing a discard deck, which Monument's actually pretty dang good with. So let's go with Row. Get the endurance. I guess we'll go with that. Draw a card. Okay. We'll draw 3. We'll discard 2. Triggering that allows us to draw and get a treasure token. Get rid of the Pyroclasm. And that triggers the last one. All right. And turn. That was a pretty good turn for us. Bloodletter. We'll just get rid of that right away.
I have a plan.
I think we just get the otter out here.
You get to be my protege today.
We'll attack with Gran-Gran. We'll be able to toss that. Draw another card. We'll cast that.
Another.
We'll toss that. Do 3 damage. And turn. We're in really good shape here. We're going to have... All right.
Time to embrace the local culture.
Good game. All right, we go first. We can get artist talent down pretty quick. This might help us quite a bit on any aggro strategies. Let's keep it. All right. Pyroclasm could help with this. It's fine. Well, how do we want to handle this? Get Pyroclasm right now. I don't know if it really does a whole lot. It does get our talent back. Let's just get this out first. We'll see if they drop another creature that we could benefit from the Pyroclasm. Hopefully it only has a butt of 2. That didn't work out too well. And they're going to gain 3 life here. Okay. Pyroclasm just is now looking a lot better than it did before. Thinking the land, actually? Let's do that. We did get another land, so that worked out pretty good. It's Pyroclasm. Let's get the other artist talent out. Do we want to discard a card? Yeah, I guess it allows us to draw an additional card. Pyroclasm. We gotta get some of our removal cards that are a little larger here. Cavernous Souls. So I can go after Monument? Or... Interesting. Okay. But like, okay, Pyroclasm doesn't do much here, so let's just actually pitch that. Ooh. That has Ward 2, though. It only does 3 damage. Well, let's do this. Let's discard that. Draw a card.
Let's make like lightning and get cracking.
Gonna draw 3. Discard 2. We can even bounce that thing next turn if needed. I want to keep 1 land. Let's do that. Create a treasure token. Turn. I expect him to go after the Crackling Wit. I could have threw a lesson actually in the graveyard to make this lethal. Oh, now it needs even more. You gonna attack it? He is.
Back to square one.
Well, let's start with this. We're gonna create a treasure token. Yeah, we'll discard that. Oh, 2 Gran-Grans. Let's draw a card. It's only 4. Let's try Boomerang Basics it. It worked. Let's get a Gran-Gran out. Now we got removal for a lot of stuff here. That's fine. I mean, it has lifelink, but... we'll discard a mountain. All right, we'll actually hold off here now. We can fire up and we'll discard the land. Well, any creature they cast will kill, which will be able to trigger the monument on our turn. Sure. We will draw a card. Probably want to keep the Crackling Wit. Discard that one. Do 3 damage. We can just counter their next spell. All right. With the second endurance, we'll be able to do a lot of damage here. Draw a card. Pitch a land. Well, loses 3 life. Discard a card. Your treasure token. Opponent loses 3 life. We don't want to discard that one. Let's actually discard that. Treasure token. Discard a card. Draw a card. And we'll cast that. Let's decline. No attacks, end turn. We'll trigger endurance multiple times on their turn. Down at 10. And we'll discard that. Yeah, we'll do some drawing. All right. Next turn, they're dead then. 2 Monument of Endurance. All I got to do is cast a spell. All right. Good game. All right. Opponent goes first on this one. We do have an interesting hand here. We'll keep it. Okay. Looks like we might be playing against the artifact deck. We need to find lands. We'll pitch that. Plus, it also helps fuel the lessons. That's not the artifact deck. Let's bounce this. We'll get Gran-Gran out. Do 2 damage. I can bounce this again. Now I can play this for 1. Otherwise, I can get this out. Maybe we do this, try to find Monument. Let's get rid of the Quench Ya. We just need to find land. I probably should have cast that. We want to discard a fire magic. Still didn't find our land, though. Let's go for this to find our land. Hey, we got our land. Wrong land, though. Alright, that's not the greatest of turns, the way I played it out, but, it's a tap land. Let's discard 2 damage. Second Gran-Gran. Okay, 2 monuments is pretty good. We'll discard Gran-Gran. And I want to keep the talent. Comes in tapped. I really don't want to tap land. Probably going to do Artist Talent followed by a Monument. Either that or I could just go for removal. See what we draw. And I just didn't webbed. Is he making instants? Okay. Exile a card. I guess we'll do a firebending lesson. Pyroclasm wouldn't do much here, but let's see here. Yeah, let's discard that. We just don't have enough land to get to it. Hmm. I think we just leave it the way it is. No attack and turn. We'll block there. Let's get... Get this down. We need untapped lands. Okay, that's good. Let's create a treasure token. Okay, more land. Let's get another one of these down. I need more treasure tokens. Draw a card. Create a treasure token. Well, that's interesting. I think the Pyroclasm's going to be a priority here. Let's just get rid of this. Auto pay. All right. No attacks. Do they have lethal this turn? Can they get rid of Monument? I mean, sure. Good game. All right, we go first for this one. We'll get a Gran-Gran down early. And then we'll start feeding lessons into the graveyard to try to fuel her up. I think we just go after this thing aggressively. Should have put in the Surveil land. Ditch the other Gran-Gran. Okay, we're going to drop the Thundering Falls. We'll Surveil. Yeah, I guess we can keep that on top. We'll drop the other Thundering Falls. We'll draw 2. Let's pitch that one, so we have some removal available. Now we're fired up. If we go for the Crackling Wit. They got a counter. Killing it. Dang. I'll pitch that. See what they want to do here. We're going to have a pretty good turn next turn no matter what if we can cast these two. That's a pretty good card. We could double Pyroclasm, just get rid of it. Let's do this, see if we can find some removal. Oh, we found removal. Okay, we're going to pitch a Pyroclasm. Alright, we're still looking for some more removal, I guess. No. I guess not right now for the Artist's Talent either. Let's take a look. Okay, that's kind of their card draw engine. What does this do? When another creature you control leaves the battlefield, transform Aang. Okay, so we probably want to bounce that.
Together we can shift the current.
No attacks. Should have cast this earlier, but okay. Yep. Pyroclasm gets rid of 2. Do we want to? I can cast Gran-Gran next turn. So we just do that.
Oh yeah. Together.
Do a pyroclasm, kill that. I mean, it kills a lot of our stuff, but that still might be the play. That's only 2 damage. Well, let's do this.
I have a plan.
I guess we can actually draw into quite a bit of stuff here, so. Like that. We're going to probably want to draw a card. Because then we could do this.
Analyze. Iterate.
And discard. Discard. Create treasure token. Draw a card. Kill that.
Another.
That is an instant. Let's get that out. We'll attack in. All right, then on their turn, we can go crazy again. However, this creature enters game 1 life. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna kill that thing.
Time to embrace the local.
And then we're gonna counter that. Hold on here.
Another.
And let's do this.
I have a plan.
And we're gonna have the opponent. Let's draw a card. Okay, they're tapped out.
Time to embrace the local.
Draw 3, discard 2.
I thirst for information.
Let's discard Sparkle. Great treasure token. Seven. Okay, and turn. Yes.
Aha! A solution!
We will discard. And we will do 6 damage to them. Good game, good game. Alright, we got an early Gran-Gran, which is always awesome. A couple lessons we can get tossed. Boomerang as well. Okay. Okay, probably not long for this world, but that's okay. Yeah, I think we just kill that thing right away. Let's keep that one around. I think we might be able to hit a 2-for-1 with that. We'll take 2 damage. It's worth it to see if we can. Yeah, didn't hit it. Get rid of that. They really didn't commit to their board very much, or maybe that's just how they drew things? I don't know. Seemed like an odd sequence. Oh man, this is not a good draw here at all. And turn. We'll get this down. Let's do that. We'll pitch that one. The raw Crackling Wit down. Create a crow token.
Blame it on the tail.
Okay,
I hope
they're
you
gonna go
got
after the
bottle
token
light.
now. They just are sitting on a whole bunch of removal. Discard a card. Let's get rid of Boomerang. We do have enough lessons to fire up Gran-Gran if we do get one. We also have enough to fire that up. I'm expecting these to be sweeped, which means let's just get this down. Pitch one land. he have a sweeper? Yeah. He might be sitting on a last sweeper. Let's fire that up. Card a card. Discard a card. We got enough. We'll just start doing the damage. I mean, we got enough cards in our hand here. I guess we don't have that many draw cards necessarily. Okay, we will discard a Pyroclasm. Let's draw a card. That's pretty good. We will discard an island. Free life. Free life.
Save you once, then it's back to my quest. I'll search another plane.
All right, discard a card. Let's discard a island. Treasure token. Draw a card. Okay. Discard a card. Sure. Treasure token. Fortunately, discard, can't trigger anything. It's their turn. Terminus. All right, it's our turn. Play a land. Let's do this. Let's discard a island. Then we can do 3. I did target Moment of Endurance because now we can trigger it again. All right, good game. All right, I go first. We do have quite a bit of lessons, which is awesome. So let's get that going. Really need a mountain, though. It'll Quench Ya is going to be a nice one just to slow him down a touch. Then we can start boomeranging their stuff as well. Hey, that's good. Now we can actually just start discarding and drawing. So they're kind of forced to do something here. All right. It'll Quench Ya. Yeah, we do have another one. The boomerang. That's a good card. See what they try doing here. No, we can't. I'll just do my turn. Do they just not have a creature? That's crazy to me. Guess we can turn that on. That'll make our stuff cheaper. Surreal 1. Let's see what we got coming up here. It's a draw spell. Let's just get it a toss. That way we got some draw going on. And we don't have to worry about trying to do something if they just flounder like they have been doing. Seam Rip. I think we're going to do that. That's fine. We got the Gran-Gran. Has the same effect. Oh. That just wrecked it. That was a pretty good play on their part. Wants our Gran-Gran just to get the draw. That's fine. Well, that's kind of funny. Let's start with that. Actually, hold on here. I should have surveilled first. So it doesn't matter too much. One damage. We'll attack in. We'll be able to discard. Let's draw a card. Okay. We only hit one of those so far. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, we will go after that next turn. It's interesting that's what they went after, though. Okay. Get this out first. Then we can do this. Okay, we get Gran-Gran. Let's get a creature.
Otter to otter? I need some help.
Yeah, we waiting to get some otters on the field and then just start attacking in here. Okay.
You get to be my protege.
Choose one. That's the one we're choosing. I think we're just gonna attack in for now like this. Discard fire magic. Yeah, do land. Able to start. We just want to draw into more Monument of Endurances. Okay, that didn't do a whole lot. Alright, we're going to do the draw at the end of their turn. Okay. Suppose I could have done this and look for a counter spell, but suppose we can do that.
It's time to embrace the local.
It's probably the best thing we could do. We can do 1 damage to each creature. This will kind of force their hand. Yep. Oh, I should have did this first. That was a mistake. Get rid of the Gran-Gran. I think we can start with this.
I can invest.
Scry to draw a card. That's pretty good. Maybe we can do it this way. Get that down.
Time to embrace the local culture.
Okay, draw 3 cards. Discard 2.
Iterate.
And discard that one and that one. Each opponent loses 2 life. You draw a card. Discard a card. Treasure token. If I do this, I can get 2 more damage in. 3, 6, 7. I think we're okay. In turn. Good game. All right, we go first. Gran-Gran's going to be a good one here. We do have 2 lessons in our hand. Crackling Wit. Let's keep it. Chocobo. I think we're going to kill that thing off right away. Get rid of one of the Crackling Wits. Okay. We just cast this, try to find some guess we'll use that. Get rid of that. No attacks. And no locks. Put this out. Draw. We can discard this. And then we'll be able to draw more. Turn. Oh, they're going to grow their stuff pretty fast here. So I'm going to try to find a bounce effect here next turn. So this is going to be, what, a 7? After they do the tunnel. Take 8 damage. Well, that didn't do a whole lot. Get that out. Get that out. Let's have her attack. And draw 2 more cards. There's our bounce. All right. We're back in business here. Even if they try casting Hexproof, we got the Quench Ya. Come on, buddy. I think he kind of sees what's coming here. We'll be able to Boomerang Basics his Chocobo. Even if he casts a Hexproof, we can quench the Hexproof. We can trigger the Endurances twice more. Okay. Our turn. Let's bounce. Chocobo. Try that. We quench it. I think I want to draw cards next turn. Let's do that instead. All right. We're looking a little bit better here. Let's get Artist Talent down. Verge down. Let's cast the Crackling Wit. We'll discard. We'll trigger that. Treasure token. Treasure token. Minus.
I thirst for information.
Can discard. Discard? Draw a card. Draw a card. Or 3 life. 3 life. Draw a card. Feel that?
I've calculated exactly what I need.
Get rid of a Gran-Gran. I'm not even going to bother attacking here. Alright. They're going to be dead next turn because we do 6 damage here and 6 damage next turn. Good game. Alright, opponent goes first on this one. It's actually not too bad of a hand. We don't have... I mean, I guess we get an early endurance. We'll keep it. Do an artist talent. Rest in peace hurts. We need to draw land here. A second artist talent. I think we discard that. Ugh. This is just a killer here. Let's do that to try to draw a land. All right. See if they recast it right away. They'll give us a chance to... Ah, they got the synthesizer already. All right, my turn. I'm going to get that down. Discard a card. Let's discard Gran-Gran. All right. We're going to draw a card. Next, end turn. We're going to take some damage here. See if they do play their rest in peace. They did the Bay. Hopefully they don't have a land here. Okay. I do think I'm going to hold off. So my turn. Discard a card. Create a treasure token. Discard a card. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get to that, unfortunately. Draw a card. Discard a card. Treasure token. Discard a card. I need to get rid of 2 of these creatures. Discard a card. Draw a card. Discard a card. There's a bounce. Treasure token. We'll discard a card. Discard a card. Decline. Next. End turn. We're so close. We can get him down 9 damage this turn, but if he can attack in with 2 creatures, he can repurposing Bay a synthesizer to trigger it. But that still wouldn't give him enough, I don't think. Because they'd only get 1 more creature. It would have haste. 4, 5, 6, 12 damage? Alright, I think we might actually have him here. If I'm counting this right. Just that he can't cast. Yep. Good game. Alright, rank up. Diamond tier 4. Good game. Yeah, this deck was so fun to play that I just ended up keep playing it until we got into the diamond rank. This I didn't have a whole lot of losses with this thing, so I was able to really go through. I want to say I went 8-2 or 10-1, 10-2 or something like that to get into diamond rank with this. Very strong deck. Man, I'm gonna play a little bit more of this. I think if I want to rank up a little higher into mythic, I think this is the deck to do it with. So highly recommend it. There isn't a whole lot I would have changed with it. I did find that the Crackling Wit was a tough one to cast sometimes, but when you did it down, it was huge with the -3 with draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards. Really like this deck overall. Give it a whirl. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button below. Daily videos for everybody. Hit that like icon. Comment below about the deck. Tell me what you like about it, what you hate about it, what you change about it. And have a fantastic day.